What's up everyone, I'm the one and only Zage, and we'll be talking about a core theme of the Granola arc, which has its roots in Dragon Ball Z, which is a people's pride, specifically Goku's true Saiyan pride. If you'd like to see more Dragon Ball Super content on the channel, let me know by smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel, and as always, your support is much appreciated. During the Namek saga, Goku underwent an arc in which he had to accept his nature as a Saiyan, a truth that he's been rejecting ever since Raditz' arrival on Earth. After empathizing with Vegeta in his final moments, Goku would take the mantle as the avenger of the Namekians and the Saiyan race. He symbolically takes Vegeta's Saiyan pride and accepts his Saiyan nature in order to fight Frieza. However, Goku's true Saiyan pride wouldn't be truly realized until he had become the Super Saiyan of legend. The Saiyan pride that Goku remembers after listening to Bardock's past can be seen throughout his fight with Frieza after becoming a Super Saiyan, as that's when he's been most in tune with his nature up until the Granola arc. Goku also says that he hasn't had total belief in his power, and the last time he did was also against Frieza, which makes this fight really significant. One of the reasons Vegeta acknowledges Goku as number one, or the champion, is for how he doesn't fight to win but to better himself. This has been true for Goku ever since he was a child, as he was taught by Master Roshi that one doesn't study martial arts in order to win but to better oneself. So Vegeta is correct based on the fights that he's seen. However, he didn't see how Super Saiyan Goku fought against Frieza, because at this time he was dead. In that fight, Goku was driven by his desire to beat who he thought was the strongest in the universe. The main takeaway of Bardock vs Gas was that in a life and death battle, one doesn't fight for revenge, atonement for past sins, but to strive for nothing else but victory. Manito explains a people's pride as not atoning for past sins, taking revenge, but to accept your nature and stick to your conviction. You could say Bardock is the representation of true pride in Dragon Ball. With that said, there are strong parallels with Goku vs Frieza and Bardock vs Gas. The first being that Goku and Bardock were both in a life or death battle, which is obvious. Goku has to beat Frieza and escape the planet before it explodes, and Bardock was fighting someone far stronger than himself, who could kill him. So that's Bardock and Goku's life and death battle situations. They both could have escaped the battle through the Dragon Balls, but refused because they would rather die or risk dying than run away before settling their fight. As I said earlier, Goku assumed the role of the Avenger of the Saiyans and the Namekians, which definitely was a motivator in the early rounds of the fight. But things changed when he became a Super Saiyan. Goku allowed Frieza to charge up into his 100% form, and when challenged by King Kai on why he doesn't kill Frieza while he's powering up, he justifies it by saying that he's going to avenge Krillin. You might be thinking that this reason makes no sense, and it doesn't, because Goku isn't fighting for revenge anymore. If that was the case, he would have no problem killing Frieza before he reaches full power, like King Kai said. In fact, Goku was actually happy that he could finally fight Frieza at his best. This is another parallel to Bardock, as he also wasn't fighting Gas to avenge Granola's mother or Manito. That's not to say that Goku doesn't care about Krillin. Of course he does, that's his best friend and he hates Frieza for killing him, but it's more so that Goku found something more significant than fighting for revenge, as the theme of this battle changed into a battle of prides. Despite Frieza's bravado, deep down he was threatened by the Saiyan's growth rate and the legend of the Super Saiyan. That was the reason why he ended the Saiyan race. However, Goku, a Saiyan who became the legend he feared, stood as the embodiment of Frieza's fears. When it seemed as though Frieza was going to destroy Namek, he claimed that he held back, but that wasn't true at all. Frieza wants to take out Goku, but by destroying the planet, that wouldn't satisfy his pride and would only prove his fears were true. Frieza didn't instantly destroy Namek because he wanted to prove to everyone and himself that he truly was the strongest there is, and that a mere Saiyan wouldn't be able to defeat him. Goku let Frieza reach his full power for the same reason he let Vegeta live at the end of the Saiyan saga. Goku has always wanted to fight stronger adversaries to better himself, and he also acknowledged that it may have been his Saiyan nature that made him happy fighting such a powerful opponent that he wanted to surpass. Bardock echoes the same sentiment against Gas when he says that nothing gets his blood pumping like a powerful foe. This is actually true, as this is how Cell tries to bait Vegeta into allowing him to absorb Android 18 so that Vegeta can fight against his perfect form, which Vegeta understood was a ploy to entice him that he willingly accepted. Against Frieza, not only did Goku want to surpass an adversary, he strived to win against who he thought or was claimed to be the strongest in the universe. Goku's pride as a warrior is the reason he let Frieza go 100%, why he never ran away, and more importantly, had the belief in his power that he would win the fight and survive, which he says he hasn't had total belief in. The belief that one can win a fight against what appears to be insurmountable odds. After remembering and regaining his true Saiyan pride, Goku and Vegeta fight Gas with the sheer desire to win. That resolve that Gas said was missing from Goku is the same resolve he had when he fought Frieza as a Super Saiyan, and now that's finally returned. This is shown explicitly as Goku meditated to figure out what his own version of Ultra Instinct should be. Gas notes how Goku remains carefree despite impending death, which Goku says this is just how he is. This is exactly the same way Goku was when Namek was on the verge of exploding, but he still wanted to settle his battle with Frieza despite it. Goku shows the same demeanor and resolve Bardock had, which makes Gas remember Bardock demonstrating Goku fighting with true Saiyan pride. However, for all this to be good character development for Goku, the idea that he actually lost his true Saiyan pride and total belief in his power should be recognizable in his major fights after Namek. The first major moment that suggests Goku forgot this, I'd say, is when he fought Cell, and after understanding that he couldn't beat Cell, he gave up. Now, given the context in the arc, we know why Goku did this. After realizing that there can be a time where he's no longer alive, he needed to find a successor, which he found in Gohan. To be clear, I'm not saying that Goku's decision here was necessarily wrong, as it proved successful as Gohan defeated Cell. However, hypothetically, if this was Bardock in Goku's position, would he have made the same choice? Evidently, as shown against Gas, Bardock would strive to win regardless of whether that meant dying or not, because he had the belief in his power that he would survive. That's not to say that Goku shouldn't have told Gohan to fight Cell, as we know that having a sole focus on winning doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it alone, as Goku and Vegeta were tag teaming against Gas whilst having a true understanding of Saiyan pride. Namek Goku would probably have relished in the idea of taking it to the death against Cell, with nothing in mind but winning against the strongest being that he's met up until that point. If that means he has to fight alongside Gohan to win, then so be it, because ultimately he would have full belief in his power that he'd beat someone who appeared unbeatable. Against Kid Buu, Vegeta and Goku wanted to fight him without fusion as it wasn't their style. They preferred to fight using their own strength, especially because Kid Buu at this point was fighting alone without the aid of any fusions himself. This is definitely a Bardock-like way of thinking that Goku demonstrated. However, the lack of belief in his power came after realizing that he wasn't strong enough to defeat Kid Buu, and actually questioned his decision to not fuse with Potara, saying that he tried to act too cool. It's also in this fight where Vegeta gives the Goku is number one speech, where he says that Goku never fought to win, which makes the rest of the fights in the Buu saga speak for itself. Now, as for Dragon Ball Super, there's only one major fight where Goku arguably has the same mindset as he did when fighting Frieza as a Super Saiyan, and that's against Beerus. Goku vs Beerus was a fight for the survival of the Earth. The deal was if Goku won, Beerus would spare Earth. If not, it'd be destroyed as planned. Towards the end of the fight, Goku doubts his strength is enough to beat Beerus, understandably so, but this isn't true Saiyan pride. However, moments after seeing Beerus' massive finishing attack, Goku had a newfound confidence that his power could still get higher. The reason why Goku arguably had true pride here is that he had belief in his power despite the impending destruction from Beerus' finisher. However, I'd say that this actually isn't true Saiyan pride, as not only did Goku initially doubt his strength, but it's almost like his own power had to convince him that he had the strength necessary, or that he needed, right? And wasn't something that he truly believed consciously. It's also not consistent with the narrative of Super that Goku would have true Saiyan pride early on, but I'd say that this was definitely the closest that Goku got to it. As for the rest of Super, there's nothing I could recall that shows signs of the Saiyan Pride character arc from the Granola arc. So if there's anything I missed that adds onto this, feel free to mention it in the comments. With all that said, the way the narrative of the Saiyan Pride and Goku accepting his nature has evolved since the Namek saga has definitely been interesting. This character arc also ties into how Goku achieves his own unique style of Ultra Instinct, which will also be the follow-up to this, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, if you enjoyed, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I've been the one and only Zage, and until next time.